Sairam students, welcome to the online session of English writing skills. And today we are going to start with story writing. Those who tell stories rule the world. This proverb attributes the craft of storytelling. With a well told story, we can help a person see through things in an entirely new way. So, students, since you are familiar with the basics of English, writing a story will open up new avenues of expression. So, what is story writing? Let me tell you. Story writing is an art. It is the oldest form of written composition. It is a work of imagination that is written in easily understandable grammatical structure. So there are certain guidelines, for writing a good story. It's not like you just take a paper and pen and start writing a story. If you follow these guidelines, I'm sure that the story will turn out really well. So what are the guidelines? Let's start with that. Before beginning to write, form a clear idea about the plot. You must know how the story is going to unfold and ultimately how is it going to end. If you can start well, you'll definitely end well. So your story will certainly be a good one if you know what interesting point you have to introduce in the beginning. And the most important thing is you need to have a clear idea about the plot. The second point is adhere to the outline given. That is, neither omit any point given in the outline or distort the order. Do not disturb the order of the points given. Okay, it should not be like the first point has been explained at the end and the last point has been explained in the beginning. So do not distort the order of the points given in the outline. The next point that you need to keep in mind while writing a story is connect the points in such a manner as to come up with a coherent composition. Coherent means there should be a logical composition, or else what will happen? The unity of the story as one whole idea will be lost. Okay, which basically means do not deviate from the idea. The next point is you may insert dialogues wherever possible. Okay, certainly this will make the story interesting. However, students, remember, these dialogues should be short, lively, and interesting, and avoid using the same dialogues again and again. The next point, give names to characters, even animals. Even they can have names. So these names should be short and interesting. They should be catchy. Okay. Now let your story not be unduly long. Now you keep on dragging the story and the same thing has been repeated in some way or the other, which makes it really boring. So adhere to the word limit if it is prescribed. Okay, usually word limit is prescribed 150 to 200 words, 180 to 200 words. So adhere to the word limit. Okay, so that your story does not become unduly long. The next point to keep in mind is the importance of the conclusion cannot be overlooked. Your story should not have a conclusion, which has been derived in an haphazard manner. Okay, it should not be a quick conclusion. It leaves a lasting impact on the reader if the conclusion is not a good one. So give time to introduce, to give a, give time so that you plan a proper conclusion for your story. Give a suitable title. Of course, the title is a must. You may name it after the main character or the object, incident, or you can also use some proverb or quotation to give you can use it as a title to the story. Title plays a very important role in your story. Write the story in the past tense. Do remember, the event is not happening now. So, a story has to be written in the past tense. Use short sentences. When you're framing sentences for writing your story, you should frame short sentences. The reason is, if you write long, winding sentences, the meaning of what you want to convey might be lost. Okay, the sentence may appear to be confusing or it may not give the desired clarity to the reader. All right, so you should always use short sentences to write your story. The next point to keep in mind is do not use slang. Okay, we often use slang or short forms. So we should avoid such slang while writing a story. We do not write the way we speak. We use the proper language while writing. Always go through your story. This will help you to refine it. Okay, go through your story. Once you're done with your story writing, go through, read it again. This will help you to refine it. Okay, make it better. Omit all unnecessary details. Okay, certain sentences which are being repeated or certain sentences which are not required. All those unnecessary things can be removed and thus your story can be refined if you go through your story after its completion. Also, you can edit the mistakes in punctuation, grammar, and spelling. The last but not the least, mention appropriate moral. Even if not mentioned in the question, you should definitely give a proper moral. You should write the moral of the story. Okay, what is the learning that you take from the story? So you need to write the moral even if it's not given in the question. If the question mentions only about giving a title to the story, still you need to write a moral for the story. Now, these are the guidelines that you need to keep in mind, and this guidelines once followed will definitely help you frame a good story. Now, there are certain key elements of story writing. Okay, so what are these key elements that you need to keep in mind? Okay, guidelines we have already learned. Now, certain key elements which are very much essential for framing a good story. So the first one is character. Typically, story writing has 5 key elements and we will go through each of them. So character, the fewer the better. Okay, let me explain you this. A character is someone or something that takes part in actions depicted in the short story. So it could be a living person, a dead person, a ghost, an imaginary character, a robot, a dog, a toy. Okay, it can be anyone. So unlimited list. This character plays a very important role, and selecting a character is also very crucial for your story. The second important element is, that means as I mentioned earlier, the golden rule for selecting characters in story writing is fewer are better. So keep in mind, a story writing would more effectively convey its meaning if it has very few characters. Okay, say one protagonist, one another main, another is the main character, and no supporting or side characters would be idle. Okay, the more number of characters you introduce, the more complicated the story becomes. All right. So moving to the second key element of story writing. Time frame and place constitutes setting of story writing. The setting is often decorated with description of scenes such as supermarket, village, or a playground. It is basically the background of the story. Where is this story being set? So these descriptions, how are they important? They're very important to make the reader immerse in the plot, to get engrossed in the reading of your story. So very importantly, it should be appealing to the five senses of the readers. Okay, he should literally feel that he is in the market or he is in that particular village of your story. Third point, that is the third key element, the plot. Plot is like a flesh and muscle of story. Okay, so a plot has a start, it has a body, and end. So all these things should be linked to each other by the events and characters' actions. So more creatively you describe and logically you connect the events and actions, the stronger the plot will be. Okay, so plot plays a very important role because it holds the start, body, and the end of your story. And all these things should be linked sequentially by the events and characters' actions. Now, the fourth key element is conflict. See, create conflict and tense atmosphere, according to Janet Burroway. So, conflict is the fundamental element of fiction because in literature, only trouble is interesting. It takes the trouble to turn the great themes of life into a story. Okay, say birth, love, work, and death. So, conflict is the main problem of the story. Okay, it provides you crucial tension in the story, which is very much essential. Last but not the least, the key element of your story, central idea or main belief presented by a story writing is called a theme. Okay, what is the central idea or the main belief that is presented by your story? Now, this central idea is a skeleton, or you can say it is a frame of your story that is decorated by plot, setting, conflict, characters. So, together, all of this will decide the central idea of your story. So, students, these are the five key elements that you need to keep in mind while writing a story. So, in short, for writing a good story, you need to know your characters. The fewer, the better. You need to make an outline, follow the outline. You need to plan your story well. It should have an extraordinary opening line. A opening line can be a proverb or it can be something that catches the reader's attention. Develop the plot which is a muscle, which is the main ingredient of your story, need to be developed, and more time should be invested in developing this plot. Edit, of course, once the story is ready, you need to edit to avoid or to find out any kind of grammatical errors. Choose a title. Title plays an important role. It can be given on the basis of the characters, on the situations, or the incidents presented in your story. This can be decided on even on the lesson that is learned from the story. Okay, obtain feedback. Yes, feedback has to be obtained. So all these things you need to remember while writing a good story. Now, this is the structure of organization. Okay, this is the this is how the developing this graph basically shows developing the plot, how your story progresses. Okay, the progression of your story is given over here. Exposition. Let me tell you something. This exposition or narrative exposition is the insertion of background. Okay, now background information within a story. It can be say introducing your reader to a story. Now how will you introduce your reader to a story? By telling about the character, by explaining about the setting of your story, and also you can begin the story by introducing some kind of conflict. So all this ways of introducing your story, presenting your story to the readers is called exposition or narrative exposition. The second progression moves, your story, the next step that you move towards is rising action. Now, events before the climax. Climax is the next step. But before that, there is some action that takes place. The characters attempt to solve the problem. Okay, when in the initial exposition stage, if there is some conflict that took place, the character will he will try to find out various ways to solve the problem. He may fail. Okay, and if he fails, what does he do? The next turn. The next step is the turning point, the point of greatest suspense or action. You can also say it is the peak of excitement for the story. It's when the conflict has been, it has been built as a, you can say, to an intense high. At that time, the suspense that is maintained. The next step is falling action. Yes, the falling action over here. What does it tells us? It tells us the action and events that occur after the climax. Now, after the climax, maybe the character has learned something out of it. Maybe the character, he has learned to deal with life, or after the moment of truth, he understood what was his mistake. So basically, after the climate has been built, falling action takes place. And here it is like a fallout of the events that took place before the climax. The last but not the least is resolution. So what is this resolution? It is the end of the story. It basically brings the story to a natural, thought-provoking, or say a surprising conclusion. Okay, so the end of the story should be really good. It should be interesting. It should be it should be the stage where the conflicts or problems have come to an end and they are being solved. So this is what the entire plot looks like. This is this is what we call as story progression. Now, in short, see, there is no specific structure of writing a story, but there are certain things that you need to keep in mind while writing a story. Now, what is it? A story usually comprises of 4 to 5 paragraphs, depending on the word limit. And the things that you need to keep in mind is context. Now, the introduction, you can use phrases like once upon a time, long, long ago. You can introduce some, you can begin your story with some proverbs or quotations. The second stage or the second paragraph, you may introduce the characters through dialogue, narration. The third one is plot. We already discussed it. It is the description of an event, accident, and the last climax, that is end of the story. So children, I'm sure that you are very well aware the format of writing a story. There are 4 to 5 paragraphs. Word limit will be anything between 150 to 200 words. And you should always write your story by following the guidelines that is mentioned in this video, and you will definitely be able to write an interesting story. So with this, we come to an end of this lecture. In the second part of story writing, we will learn the different types of questions asked in exam. There is no home assignment today. However, you will get a home assignment in the next period. Thank you so much.